Hey everybody, it's Your Name here, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into some fascinating and lesser-known facts about America. From the origin of its name to the hidden symbols on the Great Seal, we're about to uncover some intriguing trivia that might just surprise you. History is full of these weird little nuggets of coincidence and peculiarity, and honestly, that's what makes it so interesting to learn about. So, if you're ready to expand your knowledge and maybe even have a few laughs along the way, buckle up because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of 10 things you probably didn't know about the US of A. Stick around to learn something new. Our first stop takes us all the way back to the early 16th century. You probably know that America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, but did you know that he was actually Italian? Vespucci was an explorer who made several voyages to the New World. He was one of the first people to realize that the lands being explored weren't actually part of Asia, as Columbus initially believed, but a completely different continent altogether. Vespucci's detailed accounts of his voyages and his realization about this new continent made their way back to Europe, where they caught the attention of a German cartographer named Martin Waldseemüller. In 1507, Waldseemüller published a new map of the world, and in honor of Vespucci, he decided to name the newly discovered landmass America. It's kind of funny to think about, the entire continent named after a guy who was, essentially, lost. But hey, that's history for you. Let's move on to our next fascinating fact. Next up, we're headed to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, to talk about one of America's most iconic symbols, the Liberty Bell. Now, this bell is famous for its role in the American Revolution, but it also holds a little secret, a misspelling. That's right, etched onto the side of this symbol of freedom is a pretty glaring error. Take a close look, and you'll notice that the word Pennsylvania is spelled Pennsylvania, missing an N. Theories abound as to how this mistake happened. Some say it was a simple error by the bell's caster, while others believe it was a deliberate choice reflecting the inconsistent spelling practices of the time. Whatever the reason, this misspelling serves as a reminder that even the most revered historical artifacts are products of human imperfection. And honestly, it makes me like the Liberty Bell even more. It's like a little wink from history, reminding us that nobody's perfect, not even the founding fathers. Okay, get ready for this one because it's a doozy. Let's talk about the Pig War, the shortest war in US history. Yes, you heard that right, the Pig War. And if you're picturing soldiers charging into battle with bacon grease smeared on their faces, well, you're not too far off. This bizarre conflict took place in 1859 between the United States and Great Britain, and it all started, believe it or not, with a pig. The setting was San Juan Island, a disputed territory off the coast of what is now Washington State. An American farmer shot and killed a pig belonging to a British employee of the Hudson's Bay Company, sparking a diplomatic standoff that escalated into a military mobilization. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed, and no shots were actually fired in anger. The war ended after a few months with a negotiated settlement. The Pig War might seem like a silly footnote in history, but it highlights the often absurd nature of international relations. Plus, it gives us a chance to say Pig War with a straight face, which is always fun. This one might come as a surprise to some, but did you know that the United States, despite being a global superpower, does not have an official language at the federal level? That's right, there's no law stating that English, or any other language for that matter, is the official language of the land. While English is undoubtedly the dominant language spoken and used in government, the US has never officially adopted a national language. This lack of an official language reflects the country's history as a melting pot of cultures and languages. From its very beginnings, the United States has been a nation of immigrants, each group bringing their own unique linguistic heritage. While there have been movements to declare English the official language, the idea remains a point of contention. Some argue that it's necessary to promote national unity, while others see it as a threat to the country's multicultural fabric. So, while English might be the de facto language of the United States, it's not officially enshrined in law, making the US a linguistically diverse and, some might say, more interesting place. Next, we're heading to New York Harbor to visit Lady Liberty herself, the Statue of Liberty. This iconic symbol of freedom and democracy has a little secret hidden beneath her verdigris exterior. When the Statue of Liberty first arrived in New York in 1885, She wasn't the green goddess we know and love today. She was, in fact, a shiny copper brown. So how did she undergo such a dramatic transformation? The answer lies in a natural process called oxidation. The Statue of Liberty's outer layer is made of thin copper sheets. Over time, the copper reacted with the air and water, forming a patina, or a protective layer of copper carbonate. This patina is what gives the statue its distinctive green color. The oxidation process took several decades to fully develop, and by the 1920s, the Statue of Liberty had transformed into the green icon we know today. It's a testament to the power of nature, and a reminder that even the most enduring symbols are subject to change. Let's move on to a symbol that's a little more mysterious, the Great Seal of the United States. This emblem, found on everything from dollar bills to official documents, is chock full of symbolism. On the front, the bald eagle holds an olive branch for peace and arrows for defense. But the reverse side is where it gets interesting. An unfinished pyramid with the Eye of Providence hovers above it. This image has sparked much speculation and conspiracy theories. More likely, it represents divine guidance and a higher power. The pyramid symbolizes strength and endurance, with its unfinished state showing a nation in progress. Next up, we're blasting off into the final frontier to celebrate one of America's greatest achievements in space exploration. While Neil Armstrong might be the first human to walk on the moon, it was Alan Shepard who secured America's place in the early space race. On May 5, 1961, just weeks after the Soviet Union's Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space, Shepard climbed aboard the Freedom 7 spacecraft and blasted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida. His suborbital flight lasted just 15 minutes and reached a height of 116 miles, but it was a monumental achievement for the United States and a major morale booster during the Cold War. Shepard's historic flight paved the way for future American astronauts, including John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, and of course, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, the first humans to set foot on the moon. It's a reminder that even small steps can lead to giant leaps for mankind. Let's shift gears now and talk economics. The United States has long been considered an economic powerhouse, and for good reason. It boasts the largest economy in the world with a GDP of over $26 trillion. That's a whole lot of zeros. To put it into perspective, the US economy is larger than the economies of China, Japan, and Germany combined. Several factors contribute to America's economic might. It has abundant natural resources, a highly skilled workforce, a strong tradition of innovation, and a stable political system. The US is also home to some of the world's largest and most successful companies, including Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, just to name a few. While the US economy faces its share of challenges such as income inequality and trade deficits, it remains a global economic leader and a driving force in the world market. Let's talk about everyone's favorite bearded, top hat-wearing personification of the United States, Uncle Sam. Do you know where he came from? The origins of Uncle Sam trace back to the War of 1812. Samuel Wilson, a meat packer from Troy, New York, supplied barrels of beef to the US Army. Soldiers jokingly called the barrels Uncle Sam's beef. The nickname stuck, and Uncle Sam evolved into a national symbol. So, next time you see Uncle Sam, remember, he's the legacy of a real person. For our final fascinating fact, we're going underground to explore the world's longest cave system, Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky. This subterranean wonderland stretches for over 400 miles, with new passages still being discovered today. That's longer than the entire state of Rhode Island. Mammoth Cave is a testament to the power of nature and the hidden wonders that lie beneath our feet. The cave system was formed over millions of years by the slow, steady erosion of limestone by underground rivers. It's a labyrinth of massive chambers, towering stalactites and stalagmites, and winding underground waterways. Visitors to Mammoth Cave can take guided tours to explore its depths, marvel at its geological formations, and learn about the cave's unique ecosystem, which includes blind cave fish and other creatures that have adapted to life in perpetual darkness. Mammoth Cave is a reminder that there's still so much of our planet left to explore, even right beneath our feet. It's a place where adventure and wonder await those willing to venture into the unknown. Well, there you have it, folks. 10. Fascinating and lesser-known facts about America that might have surprised you. From the origin of its name to the depths of its longest cave system, the United States is a land of endless curiosity and intrigue. I hope you enjoyed this journey through some of America's lesser-known stories. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fun facts and explorations. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. Thanks for watching.